Hello and welcome to Universus. So today I want to talk about an infinite combination that has been released into our game thanks to one of the reveals of Final Round Game Shop. So whilst doing another one of those lo-fi beats card reveals that they've done in the past, they showed off a brand new ultra rare asset called the Military Airship, a 3 difficulty, 5 control, 2 high block unique asset with enhanced commit, freeze this card, add 1 card from your card pool to your hand. So essentially you are able to recycle cards from your hand, and yes, it freezes so it doesn't ready up during your next turn, so it is a bit slow and clunky, kind of like an airship. People have immediately pointed out that this can be built with Tasty Riff, so if you've got 1 in your discard, 1 in your stage, and at least 5 applause counters, you can play a Tasty Riff, build in Military Airship, play a second Tasty Riff, commit Military Airship, pick up the Tasty Riff, play the Tasty Riff again, build in another Military Airship, which will blow up the first one thanks to unique, commit Military Airship, pick up this first one, and essentially as long as you're checking 5s, you can loop Military Airships, 1 in discard and 1 in play. Or even if you have 2 in discard and you've hit a couple of times with Tasty Riff, it's very clunky. It requires you to have applause counters already, but can essentially lead you to just being able to constantly throw these attacks with no end in sight. This is a great way to do it, but does require you to have 2 airships, 2 Tasty Riffs, and then also have at least 5 applause counters. It takes a lot of setup, and either that by that point you're dead, or it's some kind of magical Christmas land play. So I'm going to talk you through an easier way to do this. So we take the same kind of setup we've got here, we cut out 1 of the Military Airships, but we still need the 2 attacks. And I'm of course talking about Dangerous Gambit. Dangerous Gambit is a card from the Attack on Titan series which allows you to build in an asset and ready an asset on Blitz. Those are 2 separate blitzes. So by having 2 of them, and the fact that you don't need to wait a turn to do this, you can play Military Airship, you can play Dangerous Gambit, build in the Military Airship, and then you're ready to go. You could then play another asset or just immediately pop in with another Dangerous Gambit. You can then commit Military Airship to pick up any attack in your card pool, any card in your card pool, and then play a Dangerous Gambit to ready it, commit, pick up the first Dangerous Gambit, and then just keep cycling these Dangerous Gambits, keep playing these Dangerous Gambits, looping them infinitely as long as, again, you're checking your 5s, but you can just keep readying and committing, readying. This Military Airship picking up Dangerous Gambits with these 4 mids for 4 that eventually your opponent's not going to have an answer to. And hold on, 1 second, I'm getting a call. Hold on, I need to put my headphone in. There we go. Okay. What do you mean it doesn't work? What do you mean that's not how freeze works? Yeah, I know freeze is the cost. What do you mean you can't freeze a card that's already frozen? Since when was that a rule? I think I owe Tam Cardwell an apology for our game in webcam. Because I'm pretty sure I was freezing foundations that were already frozen. And neither one of us kind of picked up on that. That's an obscure rule. Right. Uh-huh. Oh. Okay. It does make sense that design would not print a very easy infinite combo to loop. Yeah. Uh-huh. Right. What about Tasty Riff? No, yeah, that still works. Okay, cool. Oh, there's an actually easy fix for that? Okay, cool. Sorry about that. So, yes. It does turn out the Dangerous Gambit Blitz does not work. Once this has been committed and frozen, it cannot legally refreeze itself, so therefore can be readied but cannot be committed. So it's still a very solid line because it means that you can get access to it every turn if you have a Dangerous Gambit in hand, because once it becomes unfrozen, it can be readied, committed because it's no longer frozen, but it does not allow you to essentially abuse it. The real utility of the military airship, in my opinion, comes from its defensive aspect. It is essentially a pseudo struggling with studies, where you get to block, pick it up, block again, and go keep coming at me. Yes, this won't ready, but I can find ways of readying it. We still have the Tasty Riff kind of loop, but they did not print a card that was easily abusable. Myself and many others immediately just went to the Dangerous Gambit is going to be an absolute beast, because freeze shows up so little that most people remember the first part of freeze, but do not remember the line underneath it that just says free. You cannot freeze a card that's already frozen. This is a very cool card, and I'm glad final round game shop got to preview it. I'm very excited to see where it goes. It's a solid defensive piece, it's a solid kill piece, and Tasty Riff is still going to abuse this a lot. Shocking Entrance is going to be absolutely great at picking this up, and it's a great asset matters card when we're looking at going into a kind of duty-tarian kind of aspect. And it is a shame, because I think Mimic would have absolutely loved this last year, but we cannot abuse it easily. We can still abuse it, but as I was just informed, there is one simple errata that can fix this and stop the Tasty Riff combo, and that is just to simply slap First Enhance on here. You cannot First Enhance twice, which means Tasty Riff cannot build it and then use it to pick up other ones. You have to make the choices. It creates a clunkier combo where you have to kind of keep playing other things. You have to keep playing things other than Tasty Riff, but it makes it a lot harder. It makes it not impossible, makes it more just a solid line play. And just adding First Enhance to Military Airship is very solid. It keeps its defensive aspects, it keeps its offensive aspects, but that is where I think this is going to go. It's going to get added to First Enhance to prevent Tasty Riff abuse, but at the same time, Tasty Riff only has, what, 8 months left? 10 months left? Tasty Riff only has like 10 months left in the meta. They might just let it ride and just go, yeah, you can have this for 10 months until someone actually pulls it off and it becomes a problem, kind of like an Azure situation, where Azure and Combined Firepower were being very annoying, and Azure didn't get hit until 2-3 months before it was set to rotate. I'm very interested to see where this goes. I'm very interested to see how people are going to be able to abuse this, and I think this actually has a very cool home in Sam Tate's Joust format, because the freeze doesn't matter there, but being able to pick up a card from your card pool and add it to your hand essentially gives you a longer turn when your opponents don't have that much defense in their hand to begin with. And I think this is a perfect Joust card. I think this is a perfect card for fun interactions and unlocking new great ways to play. And I think this is one of the cards that really kind of benefits from Blitz, because your attack's already done everything it needs to do, and then you can enhance, just pick it up as your first enhance, or you can enhance, pick it up. You don't have to worry about your opponent interacting and stopping your cards. Being able to go, here's my sweeping daggers, copy, response, blitz. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong way around. Go response, blitz, copy, blitz. First enhance, I'll pick it back up and do it again. It allows you to remove more cards from your opponent's discard, trigger more responses and blitz, and just kind of mess about with your opponent a little bit better. But let me know, what do you think of Military Airship? Do you think that we should be able to freeze cards that are already frozen? And let me know if there's any other ways of comboing off. I did take a quick look. I know Doty can ready them back up. I know Doty can be, but that requires more asset play, so Tarion might have a lot of fun with this. But it's the freeze that's the aspect. If we can find a way to remove the freeze cost on here, chef's kiss, we're ready to go. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I will catch you all in the next one, and keep an eye out because the reveals are still coming fast and loose. And we've now seen the chromes, but we haven't seen the altars, and everyone is kind of hyped for the altars. But if you haven't seen the chromes, check out my video going over them, or go check out the article where they dive into a little bit more about how this is exclusive art created for Universus by the creator of Attack on Titan. I'll see you at game night. Bye.